So welcome to this Linux series. In this introduction video, we are going to see what is meant by the Linux, what are the types. So let's begin with the what is a Linux. Linux is operating system. So it has been developed by Linus Torvalds in the 1991. Open source operating system. Anyone can view, modify, and distribute the It's a source code. Primarily, Linux works on the command line interface, but also can we work with the graphical user interface in some of the versions. It's a free of cost. We can download, can install it, and we can use it. If you go for the types of the Linux, there are various types of Linux. Based on the requirement, we can use it. If you start with the Ubuntu, it's known for its user interface, popular among for the beginners. When we start with the comparatively, when we jump from the Windows operating system to the Linux, we are used to with this graphical user interface, file explorers, folders, files, and we go for it. It can work with the CLI as well, command line interface, but most popularly, people use it Ubuntu. A Kali Linux preferred for the security and penetration testing. A Red Hat, it has enterprise level of the support and reliability. So any of the organization who goes for any platform to create their servers and operating system structure in such a way that they can use its server and client systems, so they go for the Red Hat version of this Linux. CentOS, it's community-driven version of a Red Hat. SUSE Linux, known for the stability, commonly used for the enterprise environments again. Why do we need Linux? It's widely used in the servers, supercomputers, mobile devices. Android operating system. In day-to-day life, we use Android operating system. Embedded system, it widely used in automotive industries or any of the system where this we need automation support. There it heavily used as embedded system with the Linux platform. It provides a secure and stable environment for both personal and the business use. Linux gives more control on the flexibility as well as flexibility over the system compared to the other operating systems. If you see the advantage of the Linux, it's open source. So source code is freely available. Any modifications are allowed. It's a free of cost. No need a special license or the paid upgrades to use it. Highly customizable. We can change the operating system fit for our requirements. Based on the requirements, we can change its system behavior, what we need into system, what we don't need. So based on the requirement, we can customize it. For the security purpose, Linux forms a strong security model. Communication support, large and active online community for the troubleshooting. If any problem, technical problem, there is a solution. Various discussions on the community platform is available. Stability, if we see the stability is rarely crashes, making it reliable for the long running system. We can use Linux. Low system requirements can run on the low specifications as well. If you see when we install the Windows based on the its versions, if we start from the legacy system XP95, then Windows 7, 8, and 10, and now it's 11. So we there are specific requirements from the system's end. What are the hardwares should be there for the RAM requirement, SSD requirement, graphics card requirement, and it comes with the graphical user interface. And for the multitasking, it handles multiple tasks efficiently with the minimal resources. Now it's time to compare with the Windows and the Linux. It's GUI and CLI. For Linux, for the Windows, we can use a graphical user interface as well as a CLI. If you take the example of a CLI, we have the command prompt. If you go to the CMD, the black colored window, this command prompt, it comes, and the PowerShell as well, this blue screen window. So the licensing part, again, it's a proprietary. Windows is a proprietary. We need license. With Linux, it comes with the free and open source for the security purpose. Generally, it's secure, but commonly the installation of the freewares and some malwares, maybe it's widespread use due to it, which some security features like Windows Defender or the BitLocker we have. For Linux, it's known for its high security. It's less targeted by the malware like features C Linux security, enhanced Linux, app armor. User can control the permissions and security policies at a granular level. For Windows, we have highly user-friendly interface and familiar to the most of the users. We use this operating system in such a way that we have Windows Explorer drives. We can control the drives, creation of the folders, files, and it has such a support where we can use Windows Offices, all the Windows applications, Visual Studios, various kind of versions of the Visual Studio, Microsoft Office, PowerPoint, Excel. These applications are easy for use We have this command bar, toolbar, taskbar. So these are various things which are very much of user friendly for the Windows operating system. For the Linux, it varies by the distribution. Some versions of the Linux, like Ubuntu, has user-friendly GUIs, but others may require more familiarity with the system. CLI, some users, some specific people may need advanced knowledge about the CLI, how to use what are the commands into the Linux. If you do for the customization, it's limited customization compared to the Linux. In the Windows, we don't do any of such a customization except some display settings, some themes, colors. These are some customization available. But for the Linux, it's highly customizable. Desktop environments, like system level configurations, user can change almost every aspect of the OS. For the hardware requirements, we know that various versions, like the latest version Windows 10 and 11, and the older versions also from 7 to Windows 90 XP, there are various versions can be run on the lower hardware, but for the latest systems, we need advanced hardwares. For Linux, it's a lightweight. For the lightweight distributions like Xubuntu, Puppy Linux can be run on the low specific hardware. Modern Linux distribution can run also efficiently on the most of the hardwares. So thank you being here. Which version you are using now for your project? You can mention it here.